Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. I'm Karen Maku.
And I'm Cody.
Okay, so we just talked to Suseki and
This character.
Now we have to go investigate the crime scene, I think.
Yes, on Briar Road.
Visiting a cold, dark jail brings home the reality of crime and punishment. Thank you, Susato.
Thanks, Susato. Cool. The scene of the crime. I swear to God, if her luck is here. Damn, the corner of that wall is janked. What the fuck?
Oh no, a car hit it. I know that looks
All the way up there.
All the way up there, but this is the Ace Attorney universe. It might make it up there.
It hit a crazy bump, dude.
Did one hell of a Tokyo drift.
You know that video of the guy driving through a parade because he was mad? Yeah.
That's happening more often.
It is. I mean, it's happened twice in like the last 2 years, I think.
Yeah, but considering...
That's too much.
That's too much.
Well, didn't it happen? Well, that was a marathon.
Yeah, that's not a parade.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That bike is also fucked.
Oh my god, the crime scene is right across the road. So, this is where it happened. Briar Road. Look, Mr. Naruhodo.
A duck.
I've never seen a duck before. Let's go chase it. Look at those regulation metal helmets. It's unmistakable. The men of Scotland Yard are here. They're investigating as we speak.
Oh god, no. That is their job, you know.
But Mr. Naruhodo, to see one with my own eyes. They're often depicted in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, but I never dreamt I'd even come this close. To a real Bobby's helmet.
What? The helmet?
Yes, just the helmet, not the guy.
It's like when you give a kid a firefighter's helmet.
I mean, they go batshit crazy for it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you just do that with Susato and she loses her mind.
Remember when the fire department came to our school to give like a demonstration and you got jealous that I got to wear the equipment?
Yeah.
The equipment was heavy. Of course. I have to try one on one day.
Well, I hope your Hattie dreams come true. What the fuck are you about?
Oh, hi, did you hear all that?
Oh, yes, it's time for me, this character. What's the Japanese delegation doing here?
Well, we're supposed to investigate, right? Oh, Inspector Gregson.
This isn't one of the tourist trail. I'm fairly sure you're well aware.
Yes, of course. We're here to investigate.
So you've been to the holding cells then? What do you make of the criminal?
He's very Japanese.
He's eccentric.
He's not a criminal, as you put it, Inspector. He's a suspect.
Well, I see about that. You Japanese like to stick together, I suppose. Into my pocket it goes.
Linty.
Just the way I like it. My pocket is actually just full of salt.
Salt and grease.
Gross. Well, do what you will. It doesn't bother me. It bothers me a lot. The bloke's in court tomorrow, whatever happens, and the verdict's a foregone conclusion.
The stone cold air of rejection.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to deal with another jury.
Oh, did you forget?
Yes.
Take heart. London at this time of year is full of stone cold air.
That makes it worse somehow. That's right. More dialogue with me, stupid.
I guess we should talk as much as we can with him and then continue on with what we can.
Yeah. Sure.
Scotland Yard.
It's not a very big yard, is it?
Tell me about Scotland Yard, Inspector.
It's where the dogs all keep doing their business.
Oh!
Even though we have a sign that says not to.
Oh. Ever since I read about it in the Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, I've been fascinated by the place.
The vending machine's broken.
Vending machines.
The Yard is the most sophisticated police and organization you'll find anywhere in the world, ma'am.
Oh, and you know, I've always dreamt of wearing a real Bobby's helmet.
He gets like really close and is just like, keep dreaming.
it does make them look the part, seeing that policeman there with his helmet on.
In his uniform and his baton.
You certainly get the sense that this is a man who will take no nonsense in his duty to protecting the city.
I found a penny!
Oh yes, doesn't he look wonderful?
Being a London bobby is hard going, I can tell you.
Oh, really?
No. First thing in the morning, you know what he does. Goes round and rouses all the labourers on his beat so they can get off to work.
What? He wakes people up?
How barbaric. Yup, raps on their windows with a long pole. Did it myself going back a bit.
I had no idea.
The Bobby works for the people of the town. It's just another one of his duties. After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. He has to cover 20 miles a day. That's the regulation distance.
I can't really imagine how far that is, but it sounds like a long way.
Wait, this is England. Don't they use those used up metrics of like kilometers and shit?
I don't know.
Those like things that they made up for no reason?
Let me see.
I don't know why. I mean, I'm not complaining he's using the superior,
20 miles? That's approximately the distance from Tokyo to
Yokohama.
Yokohama. On foot? That's definitely taking things a step too far.
Get it? Step.
Please stop.
And
Thank you.
when it gets dark, of course, he has the important job of lighting all the gas street lamps.
Oh my. And I suppose in between all those duties, bobbies are expected to investigate cases as well?
It's like 3 duties.
Yeah, but they're very labor-intensive duties.
It's true.
And chase after criminals trying to evade the law.
Invade the law.
Invade the law! Look, there they go!
I'm not sure you could call it in between exactly. More alongside, but yes. They're expected to handle those jobs as well. We do have men kneeling over from time to time, I admit. Keeling over.
I always dreamt of wearing one of those helmets, as I said.
But they look heavy.
But but with a heavy heart, I shall have to relinquish that dream to you, Mr. Naruhodo.
What?
Your heavy heart will be my heavy head if you do.
Your heavy head is gonna be a head put through a wall if you don't.
Oh.
How's that sound, motherfucker? It happened around 5 in the evening 2 days ago. Just there on the open bit of pavement. The victim, a young woman, was stabbed with a blade from behind.
Wait, it happened 2 days ago? I wasn't here when she was stabbed then.
So you're the criminal!
Is it right that the lady is still unconscious now? You mentioned that she's being treated in hospital.
Yes, we've already amputated a limb.
She was stabbed in the back.
Yeah. Like, what? What? I never said she was a lady. Truth is, unless she comes around pretty smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all.
I suppose that means they haven't been able to take a statement from her, of course.
Here's a map of the local area I happen to have on me. You can take it if you want.
Really? Are you sure?
No.
Oh.
Okay, fine. Be careful with it. It was my grandmother's. It's the odd policy to give lawyers, defendants, suspects the odd bit of information to go on.
I haven't actually accepted the job yet, but still.
Yay.
Thank you, Inspector. We gratefully accept.
The local map has been entered into the court record.
I'm so glad.
Anyway, as far as we know, there was no one else on the scene other than the victim and your fellow countrymen. So who did it, do you think? Not much of a head-scratcher, is it?
Well, I know Mr. Natsume is also claiming not to have seen anyone else around, but that's just because he didn't see anyone, it doesn't mean we can be sure that nobody else was present.
Such as someone disguised as a snowman, and she tackles that snowman in the background.
Sholmes is in it.
I'm sorry not to tell you, but we most certainly can be sure.
How?
I was the murderer. Because, ma'am, the precise moment of the stabbing didn't go unnoticed. Well, okay, wait a second. We have 2 very reliable witnesses, no less. So there was nobody around, but somebody witnessed it. 2 people witnessed it.
Well, it was probably really hard to see since he did say that the London fog rolled in.
Alright.
You're just sitting there just kind of contemplating.
It was a typical foggy day in London, and your client obviously didn't see them.
There were witnesses now?
I paid them off.
With my London money.
It's basically the same thing as Monopoly money.
Who are these witnesses, Inspector?
A fellow and his wife, and the man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of London. Damn crazy how he killed her. He's a copper from London. From Scotland Yard, sorry.
The policeman?
A policeman did the murder? Damn.
That might change things. And this policeman just happened to be there at the exact moment the woman was attacked?
Sure. Nothing peculiar about that, ma'am. Part and parcel of being a bobby. Catching them bangs in the act and all that.
Do you think it might be possible
No.
for us to ask that policeman a few questions?
Be my guest. You can ask him what you like. In court tomorrow.
Damn it!
Don't forget, this shit has to be as one-sided as possible. I've no doubt he'll be summoned as a witness. So that'll give you something to look forward to.
That's that then. He's got no intention of letting us meet the man beforehand, it seems. The policeman witnessed the incident. As your judicial assistant, I must warn you that this could make our job very difficult indeed.
No shit, Susato.
Yes, as a non-judicial assistant, I could have warned me of that too. Yes, one more thing, Inspector.
What?
The person who led you to the suspect, I hear that it was Mr. Herlock Sholmes?
What are you bringing him up for?
Because the defendant brought him up.
He's about to lose his shit.
Was it something I said? The color has drained from his cheeks.
He turns around and Sholmes is like hanging onto his back.
Let's talk about Mr. Sholmes.
Alright.
Because it's like, it would be weird to jump from this topic to tomorrow's trial.
Yeah. Who did you hear that name from?
Well, we've heard it from many places. Oh, well, it was Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said that Mr. Sholmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings. I'm sure it was the result of one of Mr. Sholmes' inspirational great deductions.
Fiddle faddle. The man's an amateur, and I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mug everywhere.
Oh.
I don't know where he gets his information from, but he turns up at the scene of a crime. Wanders around spouting incomprehensible rubbish, and before you know it...
Did his voice change?
No, shut up. He claims to have solved the case.
Yes, he's quite astounding, isn't he? He is a great help to Scotland Yard, though, isn't he?
Gibble gabble. God damn it.
He's just saying words.
Ever seen this?
Ever seen this before? Yeah, that's Made Up Word magazine.
Advanced.
Cool. The wonderful publication in which the adventures of Herlock Sholmes appears.
Yes, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard's detectives in its stories. And the so-called great detective makes a mockery of all of us. If you ask anyone at the Yard, it's a misadventure to be included in any Sherlock Holmes tale at all.
Well, I suppose there is an element of that.
We work our socks off, every one of us, only to be frumped by the public thanks to that obnoxious detective. The man's as dangerous to us at Scotland Yard as he is to all our criminals.
Wow, I didn't think of that.
Damn, you mean to tell me he's not good at his job? Like what?
Who says who? I don't believe you. And she runs away and trips over the snowman. That can't really be true, can it, Inspector?
Dude.
Clearly, the great detective and the police have a complex relationship. Okay, tomorrow's trial.
My God, I'm tired.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. That twishy Japanese bloke goes on trial tomorrow. Are you going to defend him or not?
Well,
I don't know. Makes no difference to me, but I will just say this. No London lawyer worth his salt would touch that case with a barge pole.
because the prosecution is being held by the Reaper of the Bailey, you mean?
There's no way to save the man now. It's a waste of time trying. It is all a bit strange, though.
Sorry?
The Reaper. He hasn't appeared in court once for a good few years now.
Yes, we did hear something to that effect.
And the only people he usually bothers with are the real scum, the master criminals, the violent ones.
Master criminals? The violent ones?
That's right. He handpicks his victims, only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins.
But Mr. Natsume wouldn't hang for what he's accused of, surely.
It's just my point, Sunshine.
Don't call me Sunshine.
Yes, the young woman was stabbed, but it didn't kill her. Couldn't even say the intent was there. So this isn't the sort of case I'd be expecting the Reaper to want to sink his teeth into, for want of a better phrase.
Well, it's not exactly a minor infraction, isn't it?
No, there's got to be more to it. Some reason he's taken an interest.
Really? What sort of reason, Inspector?
You think I can tell what's going on inside the head of that Lord of Darkness? You'll have to ask him yourself at tomorrow's trial.
Are we really gonna have to face the Reaper again?
Yeah.
The Lord of Darkness, as he puts it? Well...
Fuck!
I don't think we're going to get any more useful information out of the detective. Mr. Naruhodo, can I make a suggestion? Oh,
Yes, what is it?
sorry, it's just I don't know if he's going to talk anymore. Well, it seems to me that we must speak with him about this.
By him, do you mean Mr. Sholmes?
Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, exactly.
I don't want to talk to him. Look at those shining eyes. You can't wait, can you? Well, Mr. Natsume did blame Mr. Sholmes for all this, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He really did. Which makes him an involved party in the case. Are you just going to ignore that? I hope not.
I might.
I assure you, it's not simply my selfish desire to meet Mr. Sholmes again.
But that's one of the factors. Trouble is, we have no idea of the man's address. He
It's Baker Street!
throws us down that street. How do you know that?
It's in the stories, of course. He doxed himself. 221B Baker Street. The most famous address in the world.
Sorry, yawning. He posted his address on Google. I just want to talk, like adults. Oh, I see. Oh, there's nothing to stop us from going, I suppose.
Is that what she said in the video?
Not in the video. She made a tweet saying that like she didn't dox him. Apparently, Jax Films posted his own address on Google.
No, I meant like when you said, I just want to talk like adults.
Yeah, that's what she said in the video
Okay.
and in tweets.
Mm-hmm.
God, that woman's fucking insane.
Well, she's already gonna lose her like lawsuit, and then if this guy takes her to court, she's probably gonna lose that too.
Maybe. She's already found a way to get around the monetization ban, though.
Great.
She's just uploading the content to other channels.
She has more channels.
She has like 12 channels.
Man, no wonder she doesn't need one channel to do good. She's got like 86 of them.
Yeah, it's just the one channel got monetization banned, so she's just posting the content on her other channels.
Did you already read this?
Oh, no, I didn't. We better try to find our way there before Sasato-san gets any more excited and unpredictable.
bitch.
We're not going to investigate this area at all? Cool. So we're having a reunion already. I'm going to beat my head against the wall.
With the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
I'm not looking forward to this.
Wait, hang on, wait.
Can we actually, like, look at the crime scene at all?
I don't know if there's... We can look at this stuff. Do you...
Might as well. That's something smashed back there, right? This patch of pavement must be where the incident occurred.
Yes, it's a very wide open space, isn't it?
The perfect place to stab someone. That's true. I can't see anywhere an attacker would have been hiding. Oi, what are you foreigners doing here?
We're lawyers.
No, you're not. Japanese people can't be lawyers.
Oh, well, we...
Conspiring with that mustache fella from Japan, are you?
Conspiring?
Come here to destroy evidence, have you? Get out here before you give it and before I give you a knitting. Go on. Damn, racism.
He shoot us away like rats.
I know, crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, we should give him a wide berth, I think.
What a
It's a very labor-intensive process.
What a disappointing experience. Okay, so I don't think we can get close to that.
Alright.
I don't think they'll let us. No, I wanna...
Dude. You goober. Just threw their bike up there.
Oh, a British bicycle, look! Although the wheel is so misshapen, I'm sure it couldn't possibly be ridden anymore.
Nah, man, just holla. Someone must have been doing some breakneck cycling.
It seems bicycles have become extremely popular in London recently.
Especially the ones with that one big-ass wheel.
There's even a movement to change women's dress to allow them to ride as well.
I think that was a thing.
Really?
I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about that.
This game does that a lot, where they reference like real historical events.
I remember there was like drawings of like what people thought the future would look like, and one of them was people like riding on crocodiles. Not the way you're thinking either. They stood on the back of the crocodiles.
Like a fucking skateboard?
Yeah, and the crocodile's tail would curve upwards like a scorpion tail, and they'd use that as like basically the steering stick.
Who?
I don't know. I hope those pictures like real too. Like not like they're real pictures, but I hope like the person who draw them legitimately thought that that's what the future would look like.
Oh my god.
The bicycle fad won't last. I don't see why anybody would want to ride around on something like that.
Cuts to the future where his like descendant rides to all of his cases on a bicycle.
Because he's homeless.
He's not homeless. He just doesn't have a license.
Really? I thought he was homeless.
He only becomes homeless after the third game. Anyway, goodness, do you dislike bicycles?
No, not at all. I mean, it's not that I dislike them exactly. It's just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off firm ground seems reckless.
Oh, are you scared of heights? Like the smallest bit of height?
If God wanted us to cycle, he would have given us wheels. If you'd ever tried walking on stilts and fallen into a river, I think I'd know you'd agree with me. Oddly specific situation.
We'll have to hire a bicycle sometimes. You can sit behind me while I ride you around.
Cool.
I was hoping.
Can we look at that jangly ass pillar? Oh, we can.
That's a rather typical old brick building, isn't it? I'm sure it has a long and interesting history.
Somebody leans out the window. It used to be a whorehouse.
Oh.
Well, time certainly seems to have taken its toll on the place. It's crooked and sagged all over. In fact, it looks in decidedly worse shape than the other houses around here.
We must find some cheap lodging. Ourselves as soon as possible.
Yes, you're right. Cheap, but ideally with reasonably level floors.
Okay, I don't know if we're gonna get much else.
Now we can go to Fleet Street. That's a reference nobody'll get.
Move.
This fucker with no chin.
A new location has been added.
Cool, let's go invade Sholmes' house, I guess.
Can we really visit, do you think? Oh, pinch me. I'm sure I must be dreaming.
And I'm having a nightmare.
Whee!
Oh shit, cutscene.
Cutscene!
Just see another person get murdered in the background.
Is that horse's eyes covered?
Yeah, they're called blinders.
Why?
So the horse basically just doesn't get distracted or scared.
Oh, okay. Wait, that horse doesn't have any.
Oh. The bad horses.
They took their blinders off.
He whips us first and then whips the horses.
Like a real racist man.
This is it. The residence of Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Cool. I can't wait for this, like, not be the place.
You just see him, like, dancing inside.
This is gonna be, like, not the place, isn't it?
No, it's the place.
Oh, this is actually where Sholmes lives?
Yeah, this is the right house.
How? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Who let us in? Did we even knock?
Did we just let ourselves into Sholmes' house? That feels like not a thing you should do. What is this, Pokemon?
Well, I mean, I guess this is old-timey times. They did just leave their doors unlocked. You good?
Yeah. I want to stretch my leg out. But, like... so this is where the great detective makes his living. Feels surreal to be in here somehow. I can feel the stupidity in the walls. Okay. What the fuck?
What do you mean, what the fuck?
What the fuck is that big-ass contraption?
I don't know. This is Sholmes' corner.
Like a saw trap? Is it as described in the stories, Mr. Sato? Mr. Sato-san?
Many, many famous cases have been solved here in this very room.
And I can taste them on the floor. Nah, 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 nah.
Nah, 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 nah.
I suppose they have been, yes.
All the cases taste like mud.
And opium! Whee! I've never read the story, so it's hard to get quite as excited about it as she seems to be.
The detective chases the villains relentlessly as he disappears into the fog down a unlit London street.
You mean every London street?
Oh, the thrill of it. The romanticism. I said it right.
You did.
Can't you feel your heart thumping in your chest?
I don't have one of those.
Can you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, I suppose I can, yes. Sure, whatever keeps you from throwing me across the room.
So if you don't mind,
Give me a little bit of privacy.
I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. Please stop. Please don't mind me.
She is obsessed. I can't wait to look up and Sholmes is hanging from the ceiling.
Dead. Well, it looks like our detective friend isn't home at present.
Excuse, he's fucking disguised as the chair.
He gets up.
Excuse me, is anybody home?
Oh, do we have a visitor?
Fires the bazooka.
Hello. Is it a big new case for Mr. Sholmes?
Hello. If we had turned just a little more to the right, we would have seen her space. Wait. You're the dwarf from the courtroom! Where's your cave, mine? Aren't you?
Oh, how rude of me. I'll go and make some tea at once.
I hope to God she... Like, I know it's not true, but, like, I just imagine she's a fantasy dwarf. I'm sure it's the same girl. Mrs. Sato, did you see the girl who was just here?
Oh, yes. It's truly extraordinary. To think that the king of... Oh, fuck.
Bohemia.
Bohemia came to this very room and asked Mr. Sholmes to take on his case.
The king of Buwaria?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, great.
King Willem Gottfried Sigismund von Ormstein.
Well, at least you also struggled to say that.
Sigismund got me. King Wilhelm Gottfried Sigismund von Ormstein.
Of course.
Man, your voice got really deep for that one, Susato.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Forget the adventures of Herlock Sholmes for a minute and look over here. The dwarf has escaped.
The tea's brewed, and I have a freshly baked cake as well.
Okay, that does sound pretty good.
Tea and cake.
Yeah, dude.
It's you!
I knew it. Sasato-san recognizes her too.
Darkness!
Now we're dead.
Oh, there you are!
This is just the flashback from the last time where we're introduced to the dwarf with a
Flashback,
bazooka.
flashback! Flashback!
Pull the bazooka on this child.
Flashback, inventor flashback.
Grenade launcher v bazooka.
Oh fuck, look at her backpack. Look what's on it.
Ah, goddammit.
It's cute, isn't it?
It is the girl who turned up at the end of Mr. McGilda's trial in the defendant's chamber. Antechamber.
I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before.
What about the regular East?
Poor you, having to get straight to work when you've only just arrived in London.
Yes, it was challenging.
Well, try this tea. It's a special blend, you know.
I made it from sticks I found in the backyard. Oh, thank you. Is tea supposed to look that color? Well, wait. I don't know that they'd be familiar with black tea.
Yeah, that's why he's asking if it's supposed to be that color.
Because they have green tea in most of Asia, and black tea comes
Don't they
from...
also have red tea?
Yeah, and I think black tea comes from India, which is technically a part of Asia, but, like, I don't know that people from Japan would be familiar with it.
And then they come here and the tea's black.
Yeah, so that's probably got to be pretty interesting.
Well, I mean, if they hold it up to the light, it's more of a brownish color, really.
It is.
But they don't have clear cups.
Yeah, so who cares?
Oh my, what a fragrant yet mellow flavor. Hooray, it's a winner! I tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you see. You must be exhausted after your very long voyage here. And you have another ticklish trial tomorrow.
The dwarf can read the future.
Oh, and you're defend.
You can do this, man. Do you need a breather?
No, I
do you
don't.
need to, like, take a second
No.
to, like, slow down?
Oh, and you are to defend a Japanese man. I do wish you lots and lots of luck. Did Mr. Sholmes tell you about us by any chance? Oh, you know Hurley. You know Hurley, do you?
And from now on, I refuse to call him anything but Hurley. Hurley? Mr. Sholmes to you, Shirley?
Mr. Sholmes was a fellow passenger on the boat that brought us to Great Britain, you see.
This accursed land.
Was he really? Well, I had no idea.
Neither did we.
I'm afraid Hurley's out on an errand again today, even though he's just returned from overseas. Wait, I guess he did tell me about it.
Wait a minute. We met this girl for the first time ever yesterday after the trial, and only briefly at that. How on earth does she know so much about us? Did she deduce all those things, do you think?
And perhaps more to the point,
Can I have my tea?
why is she here with in Mr. Sholmes' suite? Oh, silly me. I haven't introduced myself, have I?
Flannery Ironsbeard.
It's a great pleasure to meet you both. My name is Iris Wilson. I live here together with Hurley.
God, that name's great. That sounds like the nickname for somebody who throws up a lot.
What?
Hurley.
You're right.
Iris, is it? What a lovely name.
What?
What? What's the matter? What now? What now,
No,
Sasato?
wait,
What
this-
fucking now?
This can't be. Did you say that your name is Wilson?
What's the matter with Sasato-san? Why is she so flustered all of a sudden?
Yes, that's right. And what are your names?
I'm not gonna tell you, nerd. Oh, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a lawyer from Japan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He, like, has to poke Sasato a few times.
I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotaba. It's wonderful to meet you. Lovely. Susie and Runo.
Alright. So this is the character. This is her character.
She likes nicknames.
Alright.
Got it. Susie?
And Runo? We don't talk about Runo. There's more to this girl than meets the eye.
Is there?
What I've done. Transformers starts playing. I have so many questions for her. I don't know where to start.
Moving around a lot. Are you okay?
No, I made a mistake.
What'd you do?
Just like when I first like sat down, I tucked my leg away weird, and now I'm having to move. I also keep thinking I'm like leaning away from the mic.
Sometimes you are, but you're okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get like more good, more gooder.
Yes, and so do I.
I do? What? What's happening? Oh god, we have to interrogate the dwarf.
Yeah, interrogator. Iris.
Goddess of light. It was you that we ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey?
Please don't flashback. Yes, that's right. You were ever so helpful. Thank you so much. Oh no, not at all. I'm so sorry we couldn't have been more welcoming.
We're in her country. Though at the time, we did have a rather large gun pointed at us. Oh, cool.
Like this?
Can you maybe put that down?
Thinking back now, you left with Miss Lestrade in tow, didn't you?
Oh yes, that awkward witness, Gina Lestrade.
Oh, Jeannie. Jeannie?
Ginny.
Ginny. Yes, she's a professional pickpocket.
So we found out. She took my wallet.
It was very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that.
Joke's on her, nothing was in my wallet. Are you referring to that trial-disrupting gun-like contraption?
Exactly. So I followed her. You see, to get it back. Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism in my inventions. You good?
Yeah, I thought something was on my foot. This girl is dangerous.
Anyway, I brought... Oh, God.
Ginny.
I know, it's really weird for my brain. I brought Ginny back here after so she could apologize to my trusty technician.
Sorry, your technician?
Hurley, of course, silly. Hurley? Yes, Herlock. Sorry,
Herlock.
Yes, Herlock. Herlock Sholmes. We live here together.
Damn crazy. I had no idea the great detective has such an interesting young daughter.
Ew, gross! Daughter? Not likely.
What?
I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, would I?
I'm 47.
Well then, what is your relationship to Mr. Sholmes?
I'm his mother.
Well, I expect you found out that lodging of any kind in London are very expensive. So the solution is to share the cost with a partner, a roommate.
Damn, always been a thing, huh? You're roommates?
I hope you don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you? 10 at last this year.
Oh, damn, really? Well, what of your mother and father? Just glancing over the fact that she's 10 years old.
Oh no, they're not around.
My father got shot by a racist bird lady.
I always have dreams that my father was shot by a bird.
Oh, I see. I wonder what the story is there.
Wilson.
Oh my god, that was only the first of her fucking... Oh, my
Oh,
God.
yes, there's something I must ask you. Of course. Go ahead, Susie. Well, one, don't call me Susie. I'm a very great fan of The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes and... Oh, you have a copy of Rants?
Yes, rants.
I'm sorry, I suck with names. Just give me a second, okay?
I've given you multiple seconds.
Give me 10 seconds. I'm so glad that's what you're doing right now.
Sorry.
Yes, I've read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on a ship.
There's a lot of issues. I'm just gonna kill myself.
This is exciting. My stories are being read on the other side of the world.
My stories? No, my stories, not your stories.
That's right. Hurley is always solving such amazing cases, you see, and he tells me all about them. They really are quite fascinating. It would be a shame if I was the only one who ever heard them, don't you think?
No.
Goodness. Last night he was telling me all about a new case he just solved on a steamship traveling from a faraway land.
Oh God.
So I was just in the middle of typing up the manuscript for the next issue before you came. So you are the author?
I like how that knife looks like it's sticking out of Sasato's head.
Yes, I'll let you in on a secret if you like. I'm going to call the latest adventure the Speckled Band.
Speckled Band? That's certainly very familiar.
Of course, I always change one or two details in the stories here and there. This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble.
Oh my God. Oh, that was Mr. Sholmes' first thought as well, actually.
Yes, and of course, I know that the snake might not be a credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but it's a story. Some poetic license is justified to make it more thrilling, I think. Don't you?
Poetic license.
Poetic license.
British.
So, do you mean to say, are the stories about Mr. Sholmes that are published in Rand's magazine all written by me? Yes. On my
Throws up a bazooka.
on my wonderful and very modern typewriter. But all the stories I've ever read are written by a doctor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson.
Sasato-san's getting more and more worked up. Chill, girl.
Yes, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson.
Wait.
But what about the doctor of medicine part?
Wait a minute. Hang on.
That's all true too. I am a doctor of medicine.
The parts are starting to come together. Not at 10 years old.
At 10 years old.
All right. Well, that's quite incredible.
I know, right? but.
Aw, are you sad?
Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Iris, did you lead to the death of an innocent man?
I did alter the setting slightly for the stories to be more compelling. Oh. Well, it would sound a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow?
Yeah. You know what sounds stranger? Sholmes being good at his job.
I suppose it does, yes.
Poor Sasato-san. Just like her whole world is just falling apart. Ha 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 ha.
Your deduction just now.
Oh God. About before.
Yes. What's on your mind, Runo? Fuck. Do tell me.
Yeah, how's it feel when you have to read the majority of the lines? How did you know that I was a lawyer and that we just arrived in London, I mean?
Well, I mean, someone put the sign on you.
It's like a kick me sign on his back, but it's just saying like, hey, I'm new in town.
Yes. Oh, and that we have a difficult trial tomorrow. How did you know all that?
Psychic.
Oh, that's what you mean. Please, tell us how you did it. Explain every detail.
Okay, maybe not every detail.
Of course, every detail. I'll be delighted. Although, there's really no mystery. Now, let's begin.
It does the fucking spotlight thing.
Iris Wilson is proud to present her Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
Oh God, I was joking. Oh my God, we're in the piss room.
We're in the piss room!
I was joking about the spotlight.
First of all, I already knew that you were a lawyer, Runo. After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber.
But you also said that we'd only just arrived in London. How did you know that?
I observed a passport and travel tickets protruding from your breast pocket.
Oh.
So, I was reasonably confident that you must have only just arrived in the country. And on top of that...
Man, if only Sholmes was like...
Was this smart?
Yeah, if only Sholmes had like this degree of like common sense.
You accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me that you were unaware of London's court affairs.
Alright, you kind of did that to yourself. The Reaper of the Bailey? I walked right into that one, didn't I? Where the hell did that come from?
Then I noticed a red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand.
You were out night clubbing all night, weren't you?
He just sees Sato in a club, like, whoa!
Like dancing around and
Getting fucking drunk as hell.
flapping her kimono all over the place.
No, wait, she's 16. I don't think she would be able to.
Oh no, dude, back now?
Back now?
Yeah, you could just drink like to hell.
Oh, okay. She's drunk as hell then.
Yeah, man. At this point in time, I think water is becoming more common, but in some places they were still like drinking beer morning to night because it was just cleaner than the water.
Right, yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. But not only that, like it didn't really become an issue for people to have to be 18 to drink until like fairly recently.
When water was like clean?
Well, no, it became like a moral thing.
Oh.
I really want to say like early 1900s.
Wasn't it because of like science determined that beer was like bad for your brain?
I think so. Could be wrong about that.
Or at least beer for young people was bad for your brain.
But I know it was like fairly recently that they like figured out that like, hey, maybe young people shouldn't be drinking alcohol.
Yeah. You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with a suspect, weren't you? Earlier today. Oh no! Okay, she's got me. They used those stamps to keep a close eye on the comings and goings, you see. I didn't realize.
Yeah, because you're stupid.
And a red stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates.
Jesus Christ, why can't Sholmes do this?
She's 10 and she's doing a better job.
Yeah, can we literally just have this person instead? Like every time Sholmes is around, just kick him in the chest and then bring in this 10-year-old.
No, you just kick Jones. It's like, no, bring in Iris.
Hit him with a newspaper. It's like, bring in the fucking 10-year-old.
So that told me that even though you had only yesterday concluded a trial of Magnus Begilded, that you two had already had cause to visit a foreign inmate in a local prison. However, neither of you are wearing a particularly sad expression on your face. So I concluded that the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or a relative. That led me to believe that you must have accepted a new case.
This actually does look like a screen from Pokemon.
Welcome to the piss room, get ready to fight.
I see.
But how could you have known that the trial is tomorrow?
I read the newspaper.
Sorry, I was trying to read my lines without laughing, but the moment I opened my mouth, I couldn't. Well, having barely been home a few hours yesterday, Hurley solved yet another case.
No, solved.
It's obviously amused him. He told me that he had caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling.
Japanese man? Well, clearly that must have been Mr. Natsume.
Now, Runo, that has that fancy Japanese sword. And I think your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Susie? Anyway, it was clear to me that you both came from Japan yourselves. So I put two and two together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Hurley caught. And there was only one conclusion those facts could lead me to. You both came here to ask Hurley about the case.
Yeah, again, can we like just have you instead of Sholmes, please? This game would be like literally a third of the fucking time.
She's so smart.
Yeah, like I swear to God, if not for Sholmes, this game would be like half as long.
There's a note on the mantelpiece that says the man's trial will be tomorrow.
Crazy that he's gonna die.
Hurley is always stabbing his notes with a knife. Oh my God. Hurley is always stabbing his notes with a knife, you know. He is silly.
It ruins the fucking wallpaper, but whatever, am I right? This is wallpaper. Like, it's clearly
Oh, yeah,
wallpaper.
no, it's fucking wallpaper. There's no way this is painted.
You're gonna have to replace the fucking wallpaper.
Unless he keeps doing it in the same spot. If it's always covered by mail, you'd never see it.
I guess so, but it had to be like the same general area, and it's Sholmes, so I refuse to believe that.
There's like 23 different stab marks in the wall.
Just all over the place.
And that's all there is. That's all there was to it, really. Thank you for listening. I'm Iris Wilson, and that was one of my great deductions.
Yeah, you actually did a good job.
Yeah, it's almost like you're the one you write about in the story.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, was it a winner? Were my deductions correct?
Yes. They were spot on.
That was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction.
You even managed to certain something of Mr. Sholmes' delivery.
Oh, well, I was just copying Hurley's style for that. This is really great. This is really good news.
How is this good news? We're stuck with the idiot in court.
You could tell us about the case involving the Japanese man. You will, won't you, Iris? Please?
Oh, I can't wait for her to give some reason as to why she won't.
Or unless she's just willing to give it away.
No.
No.
This is Ace Attorney, Lonnie. You have to jump through 57 hoops.
But what if those hoops are fun?
They're not.
Anyway, about the case.
So yesterday, Mr. Sholmes apprehended a Japanese man. You were saying...
Yes.
Correct.
Hurley just arrived back from London after his sea voyage. But the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene.
Wait, how did we get there before him?
What do you mean?
Did he stop off somewhere else? On the steamboat?
Well, I mean, it's been a few days.
I guess so.
It's been 3 days. No, it's been 2 days since the stabbing. We arrived yesterday to deal with Magnus McGilded, so that must have been when they took Sholmes to this crime scene.
Okay.
Make sense?
Sure.
What do you mean?
Yeah. The great detective is a popular man, it seems.
Apparently a woman was stabbed on a quiet street somewhere in town. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking, stooped man running away from the scene. A short, shifty-looking, stooped man.
Mr. Natsume, beyond any doubt. Oh, wait.
What?
Isn't Natsume also the name of that one guy from Persona Strikers? The book nerd.
Oh, fuck! They were saying how his dad was a great writer. No, was it his dad or his grandfather? I don't remember.
They said grandfather, but this would have been like 1800s, so I don't know if those timelines match up.
Unless it's just like a family name and everyone in his family is a great writer.
Maybe. Or like skips a generation every now and then.
It skips a generation. Your kids are gonna have it. Oh, that was such a crazy movie.
That movie was great.
Now, you read this?
No. Soseki-san said he didn't see anybody else on the street at all. But it seems there were witnesses after all.
Hurley used his great deductive powers. Sorry, something about it made me laugh. To determine the man's address.
He picks up a note with like the guy's address on it.
It was a lodging room very nearby. He went directly there with the police. And what did they find? A short, shifty-looking, stooped man shivering in fear.
Mr. Sholmes' great deduction certainly hit the mark that time.
Of course it did! He's a great detective! He's really good!
It's like, oh god. Still, that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. Surely tomorrow is too soon for the trial, isn't it?
Wow, you even think so. Definitely.
Ryunosuke.
We have no time to investigate properly. Hurley says that London is rife with crime.
Yeah.
That's right? That's what I said?
Yeah, you got it right.
Okay, good.
Oh.
Scotland Yard is doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it, apparently. Oh dear. I hadn't realized the situation was so dire.
I did.
I live here. That's why they can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and and trying the criminals in court.
They can't actually do their job. Why bother taking any sort of measures to prevent the crimes when instead you could just convict the first person?
Staff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person.
Oh my god, I just realized that by their method, crime would actually go up.
Because the people wouldn't be arrested?
Yeah, and they're just gonna, they wouldn't get arrested, so they would just be like, oh, I can just get away with it so long as I'm not the first person the cops fucking see.
That's terrible.
This game gives me a headache.
I suppose it is the harsh reality of working of the world's greatest justice system.
Alright, let's... I suppose it is, but in that case, I don't hold out much hope for Soseki-san. Is that everything? Thank you for answering so many of our questions, Iris. This has been very informative.
You're very cute. Why can't we just keep you on our team?
Why can't we have you instead of Sholmes?
Oh god, you got cuter!
No.
Oh, you're most welcome. I had so much fun.
Did you happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is at the moment?
No.
As you'd guessed, we'd like to ask him some questions about this case as well.
Well, I expect Hurley is still investigating the scene.
Of the case involving Mr. Natsume, you mean?
Well, I mean, if you say that, yeah, but... Yes, Mr. Natsume. Yeah, God, Iris, it's not that hard of a name.
Dude, you have no room to speak.
Yeah, but I know it, so... And also, Sholmes must have been talking about it. The police must have found out his name, right?
And you expect Sholmes to also pronounce it properly?
You're right. No one's been pronouncing Sholmes' name right either.
Yeah.
Hurley said he was going to investigate the man's lodgings. If you leave now, you'll probably catch him there. Iris, do you know where the lodgings are?
No.
Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they?
Probably not.
Did you happen to come across a detective by the name of Gregson when you were there?
We did. Yes, we know Inspector Gregson.
Oh, goody. In that case, give Gregsy this from me, would you? If you
It's just
do that,
$5.
$5 and a crudely written note. Please let them investigate.
Please investigate with them, ooh-woo.
And then Gregson looks at us and is like,
Is this a code?
is this from you?
What does UWU stand for?
If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know.
Useless wood udders? What is this?
A 5-shilling piece and a postcard. It's
God damn it. Iris's postcard has been entered in the court record. You okay?
Sorry, I was just imagining Iris bribing a police guy.
It reads as you.
It reads, "Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem."
Oh wow, that is just what we said, huh?
Gosh, this would make the inspector help us, will it?
Well, thank you, Iris. We'll give it a try. Thanks, Kanye. Very cool.
Good luck then. I'm going to return to writing my manuscript, The Speckle Band.
I'm going to kill myself.
No, Iris is awesome.
No, I'm gonna do it.
Oh.
Because we have to deal with Sholmes.
Well, not as soon as you think.
Okay.
I'll be making more special blend of tea. So come back again soon. We'd be delighted. Thank you so much, Iris.
Now fuck off!
Fuck off! Well, Mr. Naruhodo, it's back to the crime. It's back to the scene of the crime. Yay!
Hooray! Can we save? So, somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the men of Scotland Yard at all. We headed back to the scene with Iris's curious note and one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand.
Are they that heavy?
I think he meant like just the weight of like the fact that, you know, a lot of them actually investigating weighs on that coin. Or he might have just been like actually just, I don't know, fucking Twiglet.
Did you call him a twiglet?
Yeah.
That's why he was the bottom.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Great Ace Detective. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.